Now that we have an idea of what bacteria are capable of, let's talk in more detail about how they're able to cause destruction. First, let's talk entry. Our bodies have natural defense mechanisms, such as skin, earwax, stomach acid, tears, and mucous membranes. Our skin prevents microorganisms from invading. Our tears contain enzymes that attack bacteria. Our airways filter out harmful particles, and our mucous membranes are coated with secretions that fight off microorganisms. Despite our body's best efforts, some of these microbes are able to bypass these defenses. For instance, bacteria such as Salmonella, Vibrio, Bacillus cereus, and Shigella can enter the body through ingestion. This could be from a picnic lunch left out in the sun for too long, or as the result of poor hand washing. Other bacteria, such as Streptococcus, Mycobacterium, or Legionella, enter through inhalation, perhaps after a sick person's sneeze, or infected aerosol particles floating through the air. Clostridium tetani, the causative agent of tetanus, enters through trauma or a wound. Other portals of entry include a mosquito bite, needle stick injuries, or sexual transmission. Bacteria have a vast arsenal of mechanisms to both adhere to surfaces within the body and colonize, which means to establish a microbial presence and multiply once they've made contact. For instance, prokaryotic cells have short hair-like structures called fimbriae, or pili, that they use to attach to various surfaces in nature. Some bacteria have adhesins on the tips of these pili that have specifically evolved to allow them to bind tightly to cells in your body. For example, the pili of Neisseria gonorrhoeae bind specifically to oligosaccharide receptors on epithelial cells. Other bacteria express adhesion proteins in a variety of ways. Another bacterial adaptation that promotes colonization is the formation of biofilms, which are collectives of one or more types of microorganisms. Within a biofilm, bacteria form sticky webs of polysaccharides that bind bacterial cells together into a community, providing protection from antibiotics or host defenses. Bacteria like Pseudomonas aeruginosa can sense when enough bacteria are present and trigger biofilm formation through a process called quorum sensing. Biofilms are particularly common on catheters, in dental plaque, or on implanted surgical devices such as pacemakers. Now that we've covered the ways that bacteria colonize and invade bodies, let's talk about specific ways they cause damage. For some bacteria, natural byproducts of their growth can cause tissue destruction. For instance, in your gut, anaerobic bacteria, those that don't require oxygen for growth, can produce toxins, enzymes, gas, and acid, all of which destroy the surrounding tissue. Some examples are Staphylococci or Streptococci. Once the process has begun, the bacteria have momentum, with these enzymes facilitating the spread of disease. Next, bacteria can produce harmful substances called toxins, meant to either attack other bacteria in their vicinity or damage the host they've settled in. Typically, toxins cause degradation or lysis of cells, or trigger destructive immune responses. For some diseases, symptoms can be fully attributed to toxin production, with damage occurring right where the infection is. In other cases, such as with tetanus or certain Staphylococci-associated infections, the toxin may travel through the bloodstream and cause symptoms somewhere else in the body.